Somewhere on this planet, there exists a rule older than humankind, older than language itself, a rule that forgives nothing but rewards everything, the will to survive. Today, I'm taking you on a journey across 2 continents, from the golden plains of Africa to the deep forests of the Americas. You will witness the birth of a lion dynasty, the silent stalking of a jaguar, the struggle of a grizzly mother, and the miracle of a species once thought to be doomed. Before we begin, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future stories. And most importantly, stay until the end. The last story in this video is the one that affected me the most. On this planet, one rule outlasts all others. It needs no laws, no words. It is written in every claw, every heartbeat, every breath held in the darkness of dawn. Adapt or perish. In the golden savannah of the Masai Mara, a solitary lioness named Kayla roams a territory that is not yet hers. She is 2 years old, the age when a lioness must choose: remain in the shadow of a pride or forge her own path. Kayla chose the second option, a decision which, in 9 out of 10 cases, results in death. But Kayla is not alone for long. 2 other young females, also driven from their natal group, cross her path. An alliance is formed, fragile, uncertain, but real. This is how new dynasties of the animal kingdom are born, in exile, never in comfort. A herd of zebras grazes a few hundred meters away. The 3 lionesses spread out in silence, each occupying a corner of the field, a ballet learned over millennia, engraved in instinct more than in memory. The success rate of a solitary hunt for a lioness rarely exceeds 15%. In a coalition, it climbs to over 30. Cooperation is not a moral choice. It is a matter of survival. The attack is lightning fast. 30 seconds are enough. Kayla closes her jaws on the trachea of a lone male, a silent, precise killer, almost tender in its brutality. Tonight, the coalition will eat. Tonight, it has earned the right to exist for one more day. But the savannah forgives no one, not even the victors. An African buffalo, nearly 700 kilos of muscle and contained rage, never forgets a predator that prowls too close to its herd. 2 males clash for dominance of the herd, horns against horns, in a clash that echoes across the plain. The fight lasts for long minutes. Here, there is no truce, only the ancient law of the strongest. And you? What would you have done, faced with such power? Thousands of kilometers away in India's Gir forest, a forgotten cousin of the African lion survives against all odds, smaller, with a distinctive skin fold on its belly. The Asiatic lion now numbers only a few hundred individuals, all descendants of a handful of survivors from the last century. We will discover its story later. For here, too, the indomitable lion refuses to disappear. In the dense forests of Luangwa, Zambia, another queen reigns in the shadows. Makana, a solitary leopard, carries within her the promise of a new generation. The birth takes place in the hollow of a dead baobab tree, hidden from view. 2 small, blind, and fragile babies are now entirely dependent on her, but motherhood in this world knows no respite. During a crucial hunt, Makana loses her prey, snatched away by a pack of African wild dogs, more numerous and quicker to coordinate. She retreats, wounded in her pride, but not in her determination. Because Resilience is not the absence of failure. It's what remains afterwards. The seasons change. Kayla, now matriarch of a growing pride, must defend her territory against a rival male who has come to claim her place. She gives birth to her own young, whom she slowly teaches ancestral skills: to crouch, to observe, to wait. The lessons of survival are not written in any book. They are passed down in the silence of night vigils. But sometimes the balance shifts. A neighboring pride, overconfident, attacks a herd of buffalo gathered in a defensive formation. This time, the prey becomes the predator. The buffalo charge en masse, goring and trampling. It's a brutal reminder. In the savannah, no crown lasts forever. Every year, more than 1 million wildebeest cross the Mara River in one of nature's most unforgiving spectacles. Nile crocodiles, motionless for hours, await this precise moment. Some will never reach the other side, but the wildebeest population, once threatened, has stabilized at over 1.3 million. Individuals, thanks to protected migration corridors, a fragile but real victory. Let's change hemispheres. In the steep forests of the Rocky Mountains, another great feline reigns alone, the puma. Capable of leaps of more than 5 meters and bursts of speed up to 80 kilometers per hour. A female puma stalks a young bear cub separated from its mother, a risky, almost reckless hunt. The attack fails. The grizzly, alerted, charges with an unstoppable maternal fury. The puma escapes, humiliated but alive. Because sometimes survival is simply knowing when to retreat. In Yellowstone, the gray wolf single-handedly rewrote the history of an entire ecosystem. Its reintroduction in the 1990s transformed the course of rivers by altering the behavior of deer, a striking example of a trophic cascade. Nearby, the grizzly bear enters its period of hyperphagia, consuming up to 20,000 calories a day during the salmon run, preparing for a winter of total fasting. Its reproduction relies on an extraordinary mechanism, delayed implantation, which suspends the development of the embryo until fat reserves are sufficient to support a litter. Further south, the jaguar, the most powerful feline in the Americas, hunts the tapir in the damp undergrowth. Its jaws capable of piercing the skull of its prey directly. Around it gravitate burrowing armadillos, curious coatis, and capuchin monkeys, experts in the use of rudimentary tools. In the Andean highlands, the spectacled bear, the last remaining South American bear, shares its territory with essential scavengers. The red-headed vulture, the black vulture, and the crested caracara. The guanaco keeps a constant watch on the ridges, and the puma is never far away. A singular creature with disproportionately long legs, the maned wolf is neither entirely wolf nor entirely fox. An omnivore, it feeds on small rodents as well as the fruit of the lobera, which it helps to disperse across the South American savannah, a silent partnership between two species linked by chance. When the sun sets, other realms begin. The great horned owl glides silently, its feathers designed for acoustic invisibility. The American kestrel, meanwhile, hovers patiently, watching for the slightest movement in the grass. Here begins the green lung of the world. In the canopy, 40 meters above the ground, the sloth lives in voluntary slow motion. A survival strategy based on energy conservation rather than speed. Around it, howler monkeys and spider monkeys echo through the forest, while toucans, with their disproportionately large beaks, disperse the seeds that regenerate the entire ecosystem. Lower down, in the dim light of the undergrowth, leaf insects and crab spiders blend into the scenery, invisible until they attack. And somewhere in the darkness, the Goliath bird eater, the largest spider in the world, waits. The anhinga dives, piercing its prey with a surgical strike of its beak. The black caiman, the river's apex predator, shares its waters with red-bellied piranhas, the giant arapaima, and the anaconda, capable of exerting enough pressure to stop a heart. When the waters rise, everything changes. Jaguars, against all odds, learn to hunt underwater. Giant otters, on the other hand, hunt in organized groups, the only ones to openly challenge the caiman. In the total darkness of Amazonian caves, vampire bats live according to an unsuspected social code. They share their blood among themselves, a reciprocal altruism rare in the animal kingdom. We return to where it all began. Kayla watches her cubs grow under the same sun that witnessed the birth of generations before her. Predators and prey in this eternal dance have been shaping each other for millions of years. But a new predator now threatens this balance: climate change. Droughts are becoming more frequent. Water sources are dwindling. The savannah, once bountiful, is becoming an even more unforgiving stage. And yet, hope remains. The Kavango-Zambezi Transboundary Conservation Area now links 5 countries around a common goal: preserving migratory corridors. In Namibia, a unique model of community-based natural resource management has enabled local populations to become guardians rather than spectators of their own wildlife. And the Asiatic lion, which we left in the forests of Gir, is slowly continuing its reconquest. Its population, once reduced to about 20 individuals, now exceeds 600. The story of wildlife is not one of final victory. It is one of a constant struggle waged by creatures who have never learned to give up. The fragile beauty of this world hangs by a thread, our will to protect it. As long as there is a lioness to rise alone in the savannah, a jaguar to dive into the murky waters, an Asiatic lion to roar in a forest thought to be lost, history will continue to be written. For here, on this earth, only one rule remains: adapt or disappear. And yet, against all odds, some remain unshaken. These stories are just a glimpse into the richness and fragility of the natural world. If this journey has moved you, let us know in the comments which creature made the biggest impression on you. Subscribe to discover more stories like this one, and share this video with someone who loves nature as much as you do. Thank you for watching until the end, and see you soon for a new story.